When People's Choice finds out that the podcast for archetypes wasn't created by Meghan, they take the award away. To all my close companions, greetings, and thank you for tuning in to Royal Family News Update, where we bring you all the latest breaking news on the royal family, including the notoriously hypocritical pair, Harry and Meghan Markle. The company Meghan Markle and Prince Harry own has a departing head of audio, and she has boasted on TikTok that she is the mastermind behind the Duchess of Sussex's critically acclaimed podcast. Following her omission from the Hollywood Reporter's list of the 40 most influential podcasters, Archetype's executive producer Rebecca Sananes took the publication to task. Ms. Sananes claims that the success of podcasts like Archetypes can be attributed to their undervalued, under-recognized, and underpaid creators. Meghan began the podcast as part of a £18 million deal with American audio juggernaut Spotify, and has since described how the experience has altered her life. A few weeks before it came out that Sananes had quit Archewell, she went on a rant against the most popular video-sharing app among teenagers, saying, "Royal Duchess Meghan presents my original series, Archetypes, for which I served as executive producer and creator. None of the top 40 podcast influencers work in executive positions, manage the careers of famous podcast presenters, or represent talent agencies. They are the ones who make things happen. A producer worked on every facet of your favorite podcast, from editing and research to writing and scripting to creating the sound effects and scoring. Producing is monotonous and uninspired because producers are underappreciated, underpaid, and undervalued. Okay, let's get better." Stars including Mariah Carey, Serena Williams, Jamila Jamil, and Paris Hilton have all appeared on Archetypes alongside Meghan. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex claimed they felt like completely different people after the reveal of the long-awaited. She went into an enthusiastic rant. "Because it's so sincere, I am experiencing a shift in my emotions. More clarity has come to me. As if I were trying to find my voice but failing miserably. For as long as I can remember, I have had a voice but never learned to use it." The podcast won the People's Choice Award for Best Pop Podcast of 2022 on Wednesday night at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles. Before her bombshell Netflix documentary with Prince Harry was broadcast, Meghan issued a statement in which she expressed gratitude to the people and declared that they meant the world to her. The speaker expressed gratitude to the Archetypes fans and listeners for voting for the band in this special People's Choice Award. "One of the ways I was able to focus on my writing and my creativity was by getting my hands filthy and staying up late. While you listened, I had a great time having insightful and thought-provoking discussions with my interesting and instructive guests. It has been a labor of love for an exceptional group to bring the series into being," as one person put it. "Terry Wood was a great help to me in this one-of-a-kind endeavor, and I'd also like to thank Catherine, Rebecca, Andy, Matt, and the rest of the team for their efforts in making every moment special. First and foremost, I'd like to thank every single voter. Thank you very much for your assistance." In her final remarks, Meghan acknowledged that she enjoyed doing the creative and thanked everyone who assisted, presumably meaning everyone else involved. "Any members of Meghan's crew reading this? You're simply the help. Always, she borrows ideas from the works of others." When the artist for her book The Bench saw that his credit had been moved from the front to the back of the book, he threatened to revoke his authorization to use his artwork. He was put back on the cover like all the other illustrators. She takes credit for other people's work, uses their words without permission, and challenges already debated ideas. Aside from sounding like a combination of a 5-year-old and a phone sex professional, the woman also made everything about herself in an attempt to deflect criticism and name-calling. Because of her devoted fanbase, known as the Sussex Squad, she swept the People's Choice honors day after day on Twitter to ensure victory for the Archetypes. If voters were only allowed to cast ballots once, she never would have won. People might cast their ballots up to 25 times each. Sussex supporters were particularly vocal online about their intention to use this loophole to guarantee him a first-place finish. "That's what we used to call cheating when we were younger. Meghan has never made anything original. Yet passing off someone else's ideas as her own has never been an issue for her. After the failure of the Netflix series, there will be further repercussions. Press coverage-wise, they weren't even in the top 10. Pathetic. Somebody on the inside has let slip. She hires individuals to complete tasks, and if the outcome is positive, she claims all the credit, while if it fails, she places the responsibility on a member of staff. She is unable to take ownership of her actions and always attributes them to others. Throughout her adult life, Meghan has relied on the help of others to advance her career. You need just investigate her background to find examples of how she manipulated others. You can find the answers in Tom Bower's book. Everything he says is truthful. He has a law degree and is therefore immune to legal action for defamation. A lot of times I read the book, I just gasped at the way she used people and then abandoned them when she no longer had a purpose for them. Companies that use the celebrity model to attract customers must constantly innovate or rebrand in order to maintain the public's interest. The reputation of their company makes it harder for this duo to act in such a way. It's the only way to keep the audience interested and keep making money off of that interest if you don't want to lose it. The challenge they have is that the audience, like a drug addict, builds a tolerance to these kinds of revelations and need more and more of them to obtain the same effect. Since this is the case, and I am sure they're aware of it, it follows that the more titillating the hints they drop, the more money they'll make. The company is called Microsoft, and Gates is the CEO. Because of the massive amount of effort that goes into the program's code, there are a lot of people involved. In contrast, a podcast's originator and coder need not be separate people. If that woman built the coding that allowed archetypes to exist, she could be insulted if Markle claimed to be the founder of the podcast. I'll be honest and say I have no idea who made what in the podcast, but if the woman is upset with Markle for taking credit as Archetype's developer, I'd guess she had more to do with its development than he did. If you spent 6 months of your life coding a website and then someone came along and hosted a chat room on it, wouldn't you be pissed off if they claimed to be the website's creator? Your thoughts on Meghan Markle's reported theft of intellectual property from other companies? Please share your opinions in the space provided below. We really hope this movie was informative for you. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share if you enjoy the content. To everybody who have watched this email, thank you very much and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.